So I just saw this quote right here. I couldn't care less about the headline. I just saw this quote right here. And I just cannot believe someone as smart as Don Staley said this phrase when both of these teams are going to make the playoffs. I just don't believe it. I don't believe a coach as great as Don Staley said this sentence right here. I don't believe it. I genuinely do not believe that sentence came out of Don Staley's mouth. So let's listen to this.
So you're going to try to put me in the controversy, right?
No,
They both are having great...
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, people are trying to take people's word for it and go and talking about the controversy. And I can guarantee something that Don Staley said probably isn't to the extent of this. I can guarantee it isn't. I have so much respect for Don Staley, one of the best coaches in women's basketball. I actually think that she's someone that should, like, if there is going to be, she could be the first female NBA head coach. I thought it was going to be Becky Hammon. I think Becky Hammon still should have gotten a job. She's been a better coach than some of them, but I have so much respect for Don Staley. And to be fair, she's not wrong. They are looking for an answer from her.
Years.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. If I had to pick a rookie of the year at this time,
like today, you had to pick.
Today,
you know,
it's Angel.
Yeah,
not a doubt. I mean, what she's been able to do with
right.
the double doubles.
It's a streak.
But listen.
I'm telling you, the double streak. Do you know that Caitlin Clark has also set, like, if Angel Reese didn't exist, Caitlin Clark would have set the double streak for rookies in the last 5 games. Do you know that Caitlin Clark actually, like, before this year, Caitlin Clark would also have broken the record. Angel Reese just has obviously done it. I'm telling you, the double streak is blinding people. Like, my prediction, like, look, Caitlin Clark is 14-1 on. I don't see her losing rookie of the year. Like, Vegas has never been this wrong. They've never been this, like, if Angel Reese is winning, I don't look at the betting odds, but I'm like, there is no way. There is absolutely no way, especially because by the Olympic break, they're going to go in behind, and the likelihood is that the Fever beat the Wings. And if the Fever beat the Wings, they go in, 11-15 at the break? 11-15 versus, you'll see 9-15? Or 9-14 at the break? I think it's unlikely, but you never know. But I'm telling you, the double-doubles are blind to people. That's why my prediction is my prediction.
The season is halfway through.
Yeah.
It's 2/3. It's almost 2/3 of the way through, I'm not going to lie.
And Caitlin is coming.
It looks like she's just ramping up.
Oh, Caitlin is coming. I had to pick today. It's Angel.
Yeah.
But over the course of...
You got a lot more ball to play. Yeah.
Yes. I say this. Whatever team makes the playoffs, that's our rookie of the year.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not entirely sure how many games Don Staley is watching, if that is what came out of her mouth, because the Atlanta Dream are in absolute freefall. They're 1-9 in their last 10 games. They were 6-6. They're now 7-15. Jordan, they don't have a guard. Like, Alicia Gray is just chucking. Alicia Gray is just chucking right now. Like, their point guard, Jordan Canada, is injured. Their, like, legitimate, like, all NBA shooting guard is injured. Ariel Powers, their best bench guard, is injured. They have Alicia Gray shooting the ball 35 times a game. They have 35-year-old, or near 36-year-old Tina Charles as their second best player. Like, the Atlanta Dream suck. They really suck. Like, the Dream are worse than the Mystics. If there's going to be a team that scrapes into 8th, it's going to be the Mystics. Because the Mystics, again, they're 5-10. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games. But both of these teams are going to make the playoffs. Like, there's an almost 0% chance. So the Fever play the injured Lynx in their next game, and the Dallas Wings, who are 5-18. And it's not like a 5-18 with the Mystics where they keep, like, really losing close games. The Dallas Wings lost by near 20 to the Mercury without Taurasi. Like, Enrique is doing Enrique things, I guess. But that's, like, really it. The Sparks are in the tank for Page mode. Like, the Dallas Wings are in full tank mode. Because the Sky aren't that bad. They want a high pick. So they're in tank mode as well. And they probably... Like, Satu's going to be back at some stage. Like, After the Olympics, the wings might be okay. If Segrist, Satu are both back. Like, if the two of them are back, they could be all right. And then the Atlanta Dream will be fine after the Olympics. But, like, by the time of the Olympics, the only problem is that the Sky are like... The likelihood is that the Sky are 9-15. The Sky's played the Liberty and the Aces. The likelihood is the Sky are 9-15 going into the Olympic break. The Dream... Who do the Dream have to play? I need to see the Dream schedule. Because it is important in who they're playing coming into the Olympic break. Because, like, they could be 4 games out of the damn thing. They could be so far out of the playoffs. So, where are we? They have to play the Storm and the Lynx. They're not going to beat the injured Lynx, and they're definitely not going to beat the Storm. So, you're looking at a 10-game losing streak for the Atlanta Dream, or a near 10-game. And ironically, the only game they won was against the Connecticut Sun, who are the second best team in the WNBA. To be fair, they are 6-4 in their last 10. But you're then looking at a Dream team that's likely going to be 7-17. You're then looking 5-15 or 9-15, and probably 11-15 for the Fever. I think they're just going to blow one of those games. I think they have a good chance, and they probably should beat both the injured Lynx and the Dallas Wings, but I think they're going to win one, lose one. So if they go in 11-15 versus 9-15, like, it's going to be like they're going to be a game ahead or 2 games ahead, whatever it is, of the Sky more than likely coming into the All-Star break. And yeah, I just think that both of these teams are going to very comfortably make the playoffs. The only thing is, if you're the Sky, you don't want to be within touching. You don't want the Dream to be within touching distance of you. You don't want the Mystics to be within touching distance of you. Because again, once the Mystics get healthy, they're going to be pushing for that. Like, you don't want, let's just say, the Mystics to go, like, I know they're 3.5 games behind you, but if you lose your last 2, and let's say they win one of their last 2, and they're 7-18 versus 9-15, you're like, you don't want these teams within touching distance of you if you're the Sky. So the Sky really do need to pull off a fluke win in one of these games to guarantee their playoff spot, but I think the Fever are safe. The Fever have a really easy, like, second half of the season. They play the Sparks. They still have to play the Sparks. They still have to play the Wings 3 times. They've already played the Liberty 4 times. They've already played the Aces 2 out of the 3 times they played them. They've already played the Sun 3 times. They've already played the Storm 3 times. So, like, they've gone through the gauntlet. So I think it's very likely the Fever make the playoffs. So yeah, it's just a bad. Whichever team makes the playoffs is rookie of the year. I can't wait for both to make it. That's the problem, is they're both gonna make it. They're almost certainly both gonna make it. And that is just a cop-out. Like, that is the cop-out argument. That is the Monica McNutt argument of, I'm going to go by the standings. I think for some people, I'm going to go by the standings. Like, one thing I don't get is, like, Caitlin's coming, but Angel Reese rookie of the year, but I'm like, Angel took it from Caitlin. Like, if you think that Angel's rookie of the year, she probably took it from Caitlin, because a month ago, Caitlin Clark was very comfortably rookie of the year. So I'm not entirely sure how much of the game she's watching. But to be fair, she's probably focused on her offseason. She's probably focused on getting her South Carolina team ready to go back-to-back, ready to win 3 of 4. Because, you know, that one loss they had 2 years ago probably still stings. That's probably what her focus is. But again, not a great answer, but again, Dawn Staley has forgotten more about this sport than any one of us will have ever known. So I'm not going to be out here knocking Dawn Staley, but this is a dumb take.